Okay, Spanish 3, third chapter of the try. We are going to cover Unit 3, Etapa 3, pages in your workbook. It's pages 39 through 58. The first thing we're going to talk about are generic expressions. Really easy. Okay, in your workbook, on page 43, it has this list of vocab words. Those are all the generic expressions on page 43. But if you turn to page 46, then you'll see this page here, page 46, is going to be more helpful with generic expressions. First, it has the chart for tener. It has some reminders about how we use tener to talk about age, like cuántos años tienes, tengo 14 años. It also reminds you that we use tener to talk about hunger and thirst, like tener hambre, tener sed. Okay? So we use tener in English when we use a verb to be. For example, this is how old are you? I am 14. Are you all hungry or thirsty? We are very hungry. So it's the verb to be in English, but in Spanish it's the verb to have. Down here, the third thing, if you have which is also on the bottom of the vocab list from the previous page, if you have tener, any form of this, and then it's followed by ganas de, and then an infinitive verb, it means to feel like doing something. So for example, ellos tienen ganas de bailar. They feel like dancing. Word for word, it's to have the desire of. But we don't say that in American English. We say to feel like doing something. Like for example, tengo ganas de comer. I feel like eating. So you use tener, then ganas de, then an infinitive verb to talk about feeling like doing something. Next, here are all those expressions that were listed on the vocab list that I showed at the beginning of the video. So if you use tener with any of these here, in English it will translate to the verb to be. But just like age and hunger and thirst, in Spanish it's the verb to have. So for example, if I say tengo calor, that means I'm hot, like I just ran the mile in PE. Tengo miedo would be I am afraid. If I asked you tienes sueño, I would be asking are you tired? Etc. With cuidado, to be careful, prisa, to be in a hurry, suerte, to be lucky, frío, to be cold, razón, to be right or to be correct. Okay, so we'll use these tener expressions when talking about any of these hot, cold, hurry, lucky, etc. Okay? Those are tener expressions. Next, in your workbook, turn to page 49, please. On page 49, it has direct object pronouns, which is going to look like this. A page that has the notes. The first thing we need to talk about is just the word pronouns. Forget direct object for a second, just pronouns. So the definition of a pronoun is a pronoun takes the place of a noun. For example, if I were telling a story and I said, Juan goes to the store, Juan buys a snack, Juan rides his bike. Juan, instead of saying Juan's name every single sentence, I will start to say he. That is a pronoun. The word he is a pronoun. If I said Juan and I every sentence, Juan and I go to the store, Juan and I buy a snack, Juan and I ride our bikes. I will stop saying Juan and I, and I'll start saying we. The word we is a pronoun. Okay, so that's the first we need to remember. A pronoun is something that takes the place of a noun. Then, now forget about the word pronoun. Let's just talk about the words direct object. In order to figure out the direct object of a sentence, you need to be able to identify the direct object by asking yourself this question. Who or what is being, and then plug in the verb. For example, if I said, the students are doing their homework. The verb is to do. What is being done? The homework is the direct object of the sentence. If I said, he is taking out a pencil. What is being taken out? The pencil. If I said, she is singing a song. What is being sung? The song. So the homework, the pencil, the songs, the answer to this question, those are all direct objects. The whole purpose of a direct object pronoun, let's put those two together, is you're going to get the direct object and you're going to make the direct object go away and you're going to replace it with the direct object pronoun, like the word it. For example, instead of saying he is taking out his homework, He is taking it out, referring to the homework. She is singing a song. She is singing it, referring to the song. We are eating French fries. We are eating them, referring to the French fries. So that it whole, it, or them, or us, like she's looking for us, who's being looked for? Us. So we're the direct object pronoun of the sentence. It, us, them, etc. That's all a direct object pronoun. So first you have to identify the direct object with this question, who or what is being. Then you get an answer to that question, and you go to this chart here, and you substitute something from this chart to make the direct object go away. So for example, if I say she's turning in her homework, what is being turned in? The homework. The homework is the direct object. So we will say she's turning it in, referring to the homework. The word homework is la tarea, which is singular and feminine. So we'll retake the word la, and we'll just get rid of the whole la tarea and replace it with just la for it. If I say he is using it, referring to a pencil, like what is he using? Is he using a pencil? Yes, he's using it, referring to the pencil. The word pencil, el lápiz, is singular and masculine, so it will be lo. If I said pencils plural, los. If I said homework, like multiple homework assignments, or pens, or something feminine, then it's going to be los. If I say, my mom is calling me, who is being called? Me. So you're going to use may as your as your direct object pronoun. If I say, my sister is looking for us, who is being looked for? Us. So then nos is going to be your direct object pronoun. So once you've identified the direct object of the sentence, then you figure out which direct object pronoun replaces it. Then you have to figure out, well, what's the position? Where do I put it in a sentence? First, it goes before a conjugated verb. That's one option. A conjugated verb means it's in these charts. One of these 6 boxes down here, present tense or past tense. Doesn't matter, okay? It goes before the conjugated verb. So for example, if I said, comemos las tortas, we eat the sandwiches. What is being eaten? The sandwiches, okay? So what's being eaten? The sandwiches. What direct object pronoun? So we go to this chart and we say, well, sandwiches is plural and it's feminine. So we have to use las for this direct object pronoun. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the word sandwiches and we're going to replace it with las. And we have to put it before the conjugated verb. Comemos is the conjugated verb. So your final answer, las comemos, we eat them. Okay? There's a second place you can put it. You can also attach it to an infinitive verb. An infinitive verb means it ends in AR, ER, or IR. An infinitive verb is always at, when you have a verb chart, the infinitive verb is always at the top, and then the 6 boxes below. For example, voy a escribir unos poemas. I'm going to write, there's a spelling error there, there's an extra R. Voy a escribir unos poemas. So, I'm going to write some poems, is what the sentence is saying. Who or what is being written? Some poems is the answer to this question. Some poems. The word poems is unos, so it's plural and masculine. So we're going to take the word los, and we're going to take the word and put los instead of unos poemas. So we're going to say, I'm going to write them, referring to the poems. Okay? The los can go in one of 2 places, before a conjugated verb. So you could put it before voy. So you could say, los voy a escribir, I'm going to write them. Or you could also, and it doesn't matter, you can do whichever one you like, voy a escribirlos, and you have to attach it and make it one long word, like a hashtag. So it just gets attached, no spaces. Okay? Voy a escribirlos, I'm going to write them. Okay? And I think that's it for direct. Oh, number 3 right here, we're not going to worry about that yet, so just skip that for now, because that's going to deal with the next topic we're going to talk about. Okay, our next topic, moving on to the present progressive. In your workbook, turn to page, where is it? No, there isn't a page. Okay, so there's no page I'm going to teach it to you. It's really, really easy. Okay? The present progressive is 2 words. One, it's a conjugation of a star. And then 2, it's the ing word. So the whole purpose of present progressive is to talk about ing. Walking, singing, dancing, writing, running. That's the present progressive. It's happening right now in the present tense, and the progressive part is the ing part. So first you decide who's doing the action. So if you say I am, then you do the yo form of a star. Estoy. Then for ing, if it's an AR verb, you get rid of the AR and you take off the AR and you replace it with ANDO. So if you say I am dancing, estoy bailando. Those 2 words there. If it's an ER or an IR verb, then you replace the ER and the IR with iendo, I-E-N-D-O. So if you say, are you eating? Estás. Take comer, get rid of the ER, and you replace it with I-E-N-D-O, I-E-N-D-O, estás comiendo. It's always, always, always going to be ending in an O, even if you're asking a male, female, multiple people. So if you want to say we are doing something, estamos, and then you do like playing soccer, jugando. Okay? You don't have to worry, even though we are plural, that doesn't get plural. It always ends in an O. And even if that's all females, that doesn't change to an A. Okay? That's what you need to know about the present progressive. And then going back to what we just talked about, the direct object pronouns, you can also attach a direct object pronoun, it's coming, to the ing word, which is called the participle. Here it is. Okay, so you could also attach the direct object pronoun, this word here. You could attach this word, this direct object pronoun, to a present participle, and a present participle is the ing that we just talked about. Okay, so for example, if you say, ella está llevando una bufanda y un gorro. She is wearing a scarf and a hat. Okay? You ask yourself who or what is being worn. The scarf and the hat are being worn. The direct object pronoun that takes the place of those is los, because it's one masculine, one feminine, plural, masculine form. And then you put the los before the conjugated verb or attached to the participle. So for example, you could say ella los está being the conjugated verb, ella los está llevando, or ella está llevándolos, and you can attach it like you did with an infinitive. If you're going to attach it, you just have to remember to put an accent mark on the A of ando or the E of iendo.